Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life. gbhblofficial for short, and it's Pac-Man and the ghostly adventures. Pac is back. Goes chomping at his feet. I have learned the lyrics, but I keep forgetting. Pac's a hero, and he can't be beat. The Pac is back. It's stuff like that. We haven't said it in a while. So if you're kind of watching these videos not in order from when we start, I want to remind everybody it is the worst theme song of all of them. Everything. Give me hey yo. Look at that any day, because that had energy and life. Give me Viva Pinata, because it's directly from the game. And it's catchy, and it gets you stuck. This isn't even sung well. And the lyrics are fucking terrible. I'm embarrassed for everyone involved creating this intro. Every time it starts, and they get that, I'm like, skip. How fast can I skip?
I've not listened to it since the first episode. That way, so
when you get to the final episode, the finale, the last one, watch it one last time just to remind you, because you won't ever watch the series again. This is
never
like,
again.
here's the thing, like as time goes by, I've wondered, would I ever watch things again? And truth be told, I think I would put Donkey Kong Country now on in
Yeah,
the background. So I do think as time goes by, your memory fades and you will do it. So I do think eventually that could happen. But right now, like a lot of these series, we're so stuck into it. I just want it over.
yeah.
But we have a long way to go. And this is episode 6 of season 2, Pac-Mania, written by Dennis Haley and Marcy Brown. Hey, Damon, Pac is famous, don't you know?
Shocker.
Everything's named after him. Everything's fucking named after him. Anyway, he's treated like a hero everywhere he goes, and even being asked to judge a cooking show, which, goes about as well as you can expect.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to go to his head. How is it not already?
Yep.
You worship the ground this guy walks on. Anyway, Silly and Spiral try to bring him down because that's what friends do, right? They cut your legs out from you underneath you and make you feel crappy, right? Good on
Yep.
that. Good lesson there. But then they find out a TV show about Pac is being made, and the director is one of the biggest. This director is a play on Steven Spielberg. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
They're happy for Pac. Clearly a bit jealous, but then they find that they're going to be in the show too. They even meet the people playing him, and it's weird. I thought, okay, this is a good setup. We could do some fun things here and stuff like that. And I do like elements of this episode as we go on. Because it's time to shoot, and I thought, okay, what's going to end up happening is they're going to end up replacing their people are playing them on the show, and then they'll end up getting into silly hijinks that way. But
Yeah.
that's not what happens, because they're actually sent away as it's a closed set. Sometimes later, the show is airing, and they're excited to watch it. It's kind of like a combination of like, I saw it as a combination of Batman and Superman, with Pac in that leading role, where he's got the kind of Batman gadget stuff and that mystery around him, but he changes like Superman. Enter Spiral and Silly. Their names are wrong. I thought that was great.
Mhm.
And they're portrayed as bumbling goofs, and I thought that was even better. But if that wasn't quality enough or bad enough for the characters, it turns into a dance-off, followed by Pac farting so hard he blows the ghosts away. It's humiliating. I thought, what a clever way to do this. The idea that, yes, they took such liberties with it and went for a comedy angle and made them look like idiots. I thought it was a really clever idea.
It's something that happens in everyday life, you know. So you know.
One person loves it, though, Brrraains, who wonders if he could do the same thing. Of course he does, because that's Brrraains all over.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, the gang are upset to see the show was a big hit and it's turned them into losers. Episode after episode, it's all about making Pac and the gang look like idiots. And this forces our actual gang to go out in disguise, just so they're not publicly mocked. Which is literally what happens when they're spotted. And I was like, you know what, man? If I'm Pac, this is where my bitterness comes through and I become a supervillain. Fuck you. I have saved this city over and over and over again. And what you've all forgotten in favor of a portrayal on a TV show and a
Yep.
laughing and mocking me. Go to
The,
hell.
the next time the ghosts attack, just sit there and say, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, or just pretend to trip over and be like, oh, I'm too stupid to help, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Do yourself.
So, what's Brrraains' plan? Well, it's ghost related, obviously.
Of
And all the
course.
ghosts are ordered to the castle, which includes the ghost gang, who figure they can quietly sneak away. Pac ends up disrupting part of the TV show set when he attacks some inflatable ghosts because he starts to get confused now between reality and what's fake. But the humiliation doesn't stop there. When President Spiros arrives, Basically, he's got a part in the show playing himself, and he's really excited about it. Although Pac does notice there seems to be a lot of extra ghost actors around, but it all appears to be so confusing he can't tell the difference between ones that are walking and ones that are floating. Yeah, I don't. Sometimes I'm like, wait, is Pac an idiot? Because he literally looks at clearly a ghost floating and one walking. It's time for a scene involving the Tree of Life, but it turns out they don't have a good one. So the director suggests to use the real one. Pac and the gang are like, what the hell? No, of course not. That's crazy. And naturally, President Spears will refuse. But upon hearing his scene will be cut if they can't use the Tree of Life, he agrees. Honestly, I was outraged. Right? You're angry
Yep.
too as well, right?
Like this show the bad guys exactly where the Tree of Life is, so then they can take away Pac's powers and win. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Also, you can have a fucking bit part in a TV show. Now, at this time in recording, I have watched all the way up to a double episode. Have you up to the double episode involving the presidential elections?
Yes.
Okay. So because of that, and I've got that far, I am in that episode wishing that President Spiros loses and never comes back. Because what the hell? They're right. The whole point of that episode later is that he just doesn't really deal with the ghosts and stuff like that. He's willing to sell the Tree of Life out, take that
Yep.
risk for a bit part. Fuck this dude.
hmm
Anyway, it's here we now see that Betrayus and the ghosts are hiding in plain sight as actors. And obviously this is now going to give them access to the Tree of Life, which is really looking for Betrayus, right? Because what was
Yep.
his plan? He
I've
could
got no
never
idea.
have known. He could never have known that this series of events was going to occur that would allow him access to the Tree of Life. So he has just got lucky here, basically. Now, I've decided that, yes, he got lucky. Because what he actually wanted to do was just humiliate Pac. And all he was going to do was have his ghost play parts in the show to add to that humiliation.
Yeah.
Anyway, cut to the Tree of Life now, and the gang are noticing the big increase in ghost actors, whereas the ghost gang are partying completely alone in the netherworld. Apparently, this episode needed a little bit of filler for us to cut back to the ghost gang partying in the netherworld alone.
They haven't been in the last few episodes, so they have to stick him in somewhere.
They are pointless now. They've become
I know.
utterly pointless. It was simply the fact that there are four named ghosts from the video game, otherwise they wouldn't be in this show. And you can tell they don't have a fucking clue what to do with them.
Yep.
Paxilly and Spiral are now sent out, close set, and the scene that involves Betrayus trying to steal the Tree of Life begins, which quickly turns into the real Betrayus and Ghost going for the tree. So rather than play along, they just reveal themselves. What is wrong with this guy?
He wants to lose. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
he wants to lose.
Outside, Pac is humiliated, but he finally clocks that the ghosts are inside based off the director being possessed because he asked the director about a famous actor. So he's asking the director about an actor who's basically a play on Indiana Jones. Now, of course, the director is Steven Spielberg. A play on that. So there's a direct connection. But this director doesn't recognize the name of Indiana Pac-Owens or whatever he calls it. Pones
Yeah.
or something like that. Pacquiana Jones.
Yeah, Pac-Man, yeah.
Yeah, and the director, of course, would know that character if he made it. So that makes Pac realize. So you were able to work out that. Let's be honest, that's more complex than literally seeing ghosts floating. You fucking yellow moron.
I know it's ridiculous.
Right. Well, right now, Beatrice reveals himself to his brother and enjoying his brief triumph. And why do I say brief? Because here's Pac and the gang immediately. They burst in with cherry copters and start attacking the ghosts. It's a battle made briefly more confusing by the actors and props, but this gives Pac an idea. Why not play a part himself? And he basically puts on a Betrayer's costume. Good idea.
Yeah.
This makes me laugh because he does a good Betrayus, but he's also doing a Pac. It's Pac doing a Betrayus, so it's not an accurate Betrayus. And it confuses the ghosts in amusing ways. I don't mind this. This was a good little scene.
Yeah. So it adds to the children's side and the comedy side. So I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is good, funny stuff. Like, this is what I want, you know? But the end result is the same. I know. Pac defeats Betrayus and the ghosts.
Shocking.
I know. Following this, Pac's hero status is resolved and he refuses to be part of any TV show going forward, claiming that what he actually cares about is saving Pac World. Bullshit. bullshit. You know? But also, I don't get that. If you really want me to be breaking it down, they made the previous show. What did you get? Right, so you gave them permission, but you could have put a thing of, well, I'll give you permission, but I want to know what you're making. All you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all this sort of stuff. And you can do that right now. You can make a show, but you're going to make it correctly, and it's going to be this, and it's going to be that, and stuff. You know what I mean? Like you could do all of that, but it put this sort of moral on the story that Pac learned his lesson to not be so arrogant. This show doesn't have moral lessons. Viva Pinata had moral lessons, and it did them terribly. This has none of that. Why are they suddenly pretending now?
He has not learned his lesson. He's an arrogant character, and that's the truth of the matter. I mean,
and he's surrounded by people. He's surrounded by enablers.
I mean, I was okay with the whole like movie inside an episode thing. I thought it was a pretty good idea, but I would have preferred something like maybe what's the bully's name? Skibo.
Skibo.
Maybe he's the hero in the film. He's the hero. The bully becomes the hero, and everyone likes him.
Yes, that's a great idea. Like he gets cast, maybe even gets cast playing Pac.
Yeah, exactly. It would be so much better. So,
that's an interesting idea. It's not a bad episode though, because there are some interesting ideas. The problem is because we've got a short run time, they have to do these crazy leaps to get us to the end point, and it doesn't really make it that much of it. It feels a bit. It almost feels like it's broken into different sections, and then it's been jammed together uncomfortably.
Yeah.
Well, that's episode 6, Pac-Mania. You got any thoughts on this one you want to share with us? You know what to do. Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.